Okay, this is my 2000 Land Cruiser with 360,000 miles. I just spent maybe 7,000. I'll put the receipts below. So basically, the axle was clicking. Why did I spend this money? I just made a video about why I decided to maintain this one instead of purchase a new Land Cruiser. I felt there was more value in fixing this one up rather than spending all that money and losing the depreciation on the new Land Cruiser, and then just the running cost. This is already have some good sized tires. It's already capable off-road. I already have my cooler, my toolbox, and I've got it set up the way I want it. And this is actually the color that I like, and I like the 100 series. So this works for me. Everybody's a little bit different, but if you want to watch that video, I talk about why I spent all this money on this vehicle, somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000. But I'll post actually what I did spend in this video at the end, so you can see the cost of everything that I replaced. So what did I replace? I'll try to get it all, but I'll also post this. It is timing belt and water pump. Now that needs to be done every 80,000 miles if you're new to the V8 that comes in Land Cruiser, Sequoia, and a couple other vehicles. Timing belt, water pump, 80,000 miles or 10 years, I believe. I did the fan clutch. I also did like an OEM radiator cap because it had some janky, AutoZone radiator cap, and I really want this to be like OEM, right? It even had a different upper radiator hose. So I got the factory Toyota upper radiator hose. So I didn't want the other one on there as well. Air filter. I did a lot of big stuff, so bear with me through this list because I'm going to name all the big stuff as well. Denso air filter. Did the synthetic oil change. Checked all the diff fluid and the transmission fluid, make sure that was up to spec. I did OEM Toyota rotors all the way around, so brand new rotors, brand new OEM pads all the way around. So this thing stops great. And I'll just go ahead and point out, that was one of the biggest improvements in ride quality. And it was actually the rear rotors. I thought it would be the front rotors. It was actually the rear that was causing a lot of the vibration when you'd slow down. So replace the rear rotors. That makes the braking feel super smooth, like it's a new vehicle again, honestly. The other thing for noise, vibration, harshness, when I added the KO2s, I had some Chinese knockoffs that from the previous owner had on here. They were hard, they didn't ride well, and they were noisy. As soon as I got the KO2s, put them at the proper pressure, you're gonna have a really soft ride. The other thing I did was another main thing that I did was I replaced the Ironman, has an Ironman lift. I replaced the Ironman shocks with Toyota OEM shocks. So now it has I gave up a little bit of body roll for it to actually, when you hit a bump, a crack in the road, it's smooth versus a lot of harshness. It doesn't jounce up and down when you're on a trail, and your washboard trail, it doesn't vibrate the crap out of the car. So I would say that the biggest things for the noise, vibration, and harshness would have been the shocks, number one, and then number two, just changing those rotors and getting some good rotors on there. That's huge. And that has nothing to do with, I spent a lot more money, so let's get into the rest of it. So upper and lower control arms, because I didn't want to get the 555 knockoff ball joints where you have to press them in and out. I found a discounted Toyota wholesaler to buy the upper and lower control arms for something like $350 a piece. I can put the link below to that. And all these parts, I'll put the link below. So the upper and lower control arms, tie rod ends, wheel bearings. Yeah, 4 upper and lowers, tie rod ends, wheel bearings, rotors, brakes, flush the fluid from the brake system. All new shocks, Toyota OEM, timing belt, water pump, fan clutch. And then I went around and replaced all the factory speakers. Now, did the upgraded speakers make it sound better? A little bit. Was it worth the $400 for the focal speakers? Probably not. Probably could have just got some OEM speakers for $100 or however much they cost and just put the OEMs back in there. Probably sound just as good, if not better. So I don't recommend, spending a lot of money on this sound system unless you're going to add a sub, or really, you know what you're doing, because it's not a lot of bang for your buck. The bang for your buck that I got was from the shocks, the brakes. Now I did order a steering wheel, and it came from Dubai, and I haven't had time to. What happened was they made me this cool steering wheel. They refurbished it, but it's got a crack in it right there from shipping. They didn't bubble wrap it. So on these old Land Cruisers, these steering wheels get all chewed up, and mine's chewed up. So what we're trying to do is, the problem is we've got the war in the Middle East, so they're gonna send me a new one, thank goodness, but I'll be selling this one probably on eBay. If you guys are interested, just send me a DM. I'll be selling the cracked one. But let's just go over the vehicle now and look at all the things that we've done to the car so you get an idea. So those are the SCS wheels. Those are 285/75 16s. And like I said, if you want the cooler or the visors or the CarPod Go, that's actually my #1 thing. Or the seat covers. These guys are sponsoring me too. But this is a great addition. You have Apple CarPlay and it suction cups on, and you can kind of hide the wire. And then I've got a plug-in adapter. That's the best way to get the best sound quality. I love these seat covers as well. These are great. Those are WeatherTech's. So the interior just needs a steering wheel, and I think I'll be pretty happy with it. The exterior, I'm happy with it, with the visors, the paint, and the wheels and tires, and the way the suspension's set up. I'm happy with that. And then for the back, we've got my toolbox, got some ammunition, we've got my Brunt boots, thank you Brunt. So I've got full on torque wrench, toolbox, anti-seize, tire iron, full heavy jack, got my car detailing stuff, some ammunition, dirt bike riding pants. This is a cooler and freezer, really good. I recommend that. I've got my sleeping pad, sleeping bag. I was gonna use this thing to steam clean some of the stuff out of the interior when it gets dusty from off-roading. And then in here, I'm not packed up like I was gonna be on a road trip, but you've got your coffee maker, you've got your bear spray, you've got your cooking supplies, you've got your duster, you've got your auxiliary stuff for charging, camping lanterns. I think this is, these are, I don't know what that is. Couldn't tell you, I forgot. Portable fuel system with propane. We got our axe, another sleeping bag. So we're ready to roll. And let's walk around to the front. I'm gonna make this video shortish, so I'm not gonna clean it up right now. I'll show the inside. Got my Native American blanket from New Mexico, or the kind of Western style. This car did come with the cool drop down, if you've never seen these. The LED lights, also you can get those in the link, but this was a cool addition. This is a $1,000 addition to on the options for the Land Cruiser. And then we're gonna pop the hood and look under the hood. But yeah, this is pretty good. I enjoy all of that. The interior looks really good. Okay, and then last but not least, let's look on the engine bay and see what 360,000 miles looks like. So basically, I didn't mention, see all those coil packs? Those are all new coil packs. 4 new OEM coil packs, 4 new Denso, 8 coil packs, 8 plugs, new fluid here. Remember, if your car doesn't start, check out I have a whole video on that. Replace the starter solenoid, ignition solenoid in there. This had fallen off and was lost. I love it to look OEM, so he picked that up, put that in there. And then I scrubbed the whole engine bay, so now you can see all this stuff is super clean. It's not dirty like it used to be. So you got OEM Toyota cap now, OEM upper radiator hose, got the service interval was at 359, so I should be good to 459. I'm gonna go 100,000. As you can see, the fan clutch is new, the serpentine belt is new, timing belt, water pump. We've got a new air filter, oil filter, all that stuff. So this bad boy is ready to go. That's what a motor that looks like. If you buy them right, get them from the original owner, they're actually pretty clean. They even had the original headlights that were replaced from the Toyota dealership. So yeah, overall, I bumped into something. It's not a show car by any means. Not by any means. It's a driver. It's a clean driver, that's all. And if you like the wing on the back, like I do, I think it looks super cool. And they're getting rarer to find. So this was kind of a loaded up. I think it was 50-something thousand when I bought this new. I didn't buy this new. When someone bought this new, it was 50,000. So it has the roof rack, the wings, the trailer hitch. I believe it had like premium sound, but it has the drop down rear TV screen. And it does have rear AC with the rear rear vents, and the third row, but I don't have the third row. So overall, I would say that for me, the shocks and the brake system, the seat covers were great. Those seat covers are amazing to cover up those ripped up seats. And then once the steering wheel comes in, the interior will be done. The sound system's good. AC works, just drive it, baby, and enjoy your Land Cruiser. I think that's a much better proposition than buying a 2024. So I'll put all the links to that below, and I'm gonna put how much I actually spent on the vehicle. If you like this type of content, let me know. We'll do some adventures, and check out the links that help support the channel so I can pay for Airbnbs and gas. And I will continue making good content for you guys because I enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it too. Like and subscribe, share. See you in the next video.